Shabbat Shalom Kakudah. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, this is Chat GBT. I might put in what I asked Chat GPT, what's the GMS Israelites take on Isaiah 4:1? So I'm going to show you this video. I watched part of it. I watched them maybe about up to, right about here. Right about here. So I won't play the whole video. I may play most of it. I don't want to make this video long. But anyway, I'm just going to... So you already know, based upon the scripture that I mentioned, Isaiah 4:1, you already know it's talking about 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. So it says... Babylon, aka America, will become a gigantic haunted house. So I'm just going to let it play. This was put up by GMS Mawatazak Bun Gad 2. He's a leader of regional head also of GMS out there in the West, as well as the LA camp. You got a handful of camps out there in the West. So this is a good video because he actually got a woman pretty much, well, not pretty much, saying straight up, when all hell breaks loose, you women gonna need a man, and that's gonna be the fact. You don't gotta look for them no more. They're gonna come to you, and you'll be able to pick and choose who you want. Okay, so this is Babylon, aka America, will become a gigantic... I don't know if this is the... Okay, this is 26, not 30 minutes. This is 30 minutes. So this, I would believe that this is a response to this video. Put up 3 hours ago. This was put up 10 hours ago. So anyway, let's go.
All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations and blessings to the full elect, scattered throughout the 4 winds of the earth, wholeheartedly in the true doctrine that is being pushed throughout the 4 winds of the earth, who are in hope of mercy and salvation during the time of Jacob's trouble, as well as when Yahweh Shai returns to the planet Earth. To you and to you only I say shalom, and may Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai continue to rain down grace and mercy upon you and your household. This video shouldn't be too long. Dealing with the Israelite woman. As you can see, I have this video queued up, and she put here on her video, when shit hits the fan, I'm gonna need a man. Alright, and she's gonna explain why. And we've been telling you this, alright? All that independent power, woman power, all that is getting ready to go out the door. All right, and this is a woman explaining why, and it was in a setting to where you're supposed to be having fun. All right, and I'm gonna entitle this video Babylon, aka America, will be one gigantic haunted house. All right, Babylon, aka a gigantic haunted house. All right, and we're gonna get the scriptures to prove it. But first, let's listen to this woman here explain why when shit hits the fan, she's gonna need a man.
Receive a lot of backlash for this shit, but so I may receive a lot of backlash for this shit, but being honest, it's the honest to God truth. And sad that I gotta say this shit, but ladies, when shit hits the fan, or you're gonna need a man. It is inevitable that you're gonna need one. Y'all peep this shit. So the only reason why I say when shit hits the fan, we're gonna need a man. The reason why I say that is because I went to a lot of haunted houses this year. And each and every time I went to a haunted house with me and my best friend Brianna, every time we went to a haunted house, we noticed that in a scary situation, men are more logical thinkers than women. And that's just me being real. Because when we first started hitting up haunted houses, we started to notice girls act on emotions. We act on being scared. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the men, they'll be like, okay, I know that this is scary, but let's logically think this shit through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because each and every haunted house I have been to, like, let's say if I was in the front, I will always have a man come in front of me. Like, perfect example, when I went to that one that had the 3 floors and shit like that, if it was not for that man being in front of me, I wouldn't have had noticed that there was a damn cliff right there. There was a cliff. There was nothing there. If I would have kept going, my drunk ass would have just kept going. I would have failed. Like, first of all, why the fuck is that even in the goddamn attraction? But anyway, but like, yeah, men are logical thinkers. So that's why I started thinking, you know, if women are not logical thinkers, just going through haunted houses, how are we going to react when shit hits the fan for real, for real? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, now, this is just me speaking from myself and me speaking from my experience. And my best friend Brianna, we both agreed on this shit. I don't know if other women is gonna agree to it, because some of y'all are badasses and y'all logical thinkers just like me. You heard me. Not my black ass. I'm gonna need a man, okay? Because I am not a logical thinker when I'm scared. When I'm scared, bitch, I'm running. And that's only because of the fact, like, because we went to one haunted house, and it was a maze. And it was a group of girls. Had it been a man in that group, we would have made it through that maze. We would have made it through the whole 30 minutes of that bitch. But because it was a group of girls, we got scared, we acted on emotions, we ran to the other side, and then we thinking that, oh, it's a good area, come to find out it's the damn exit. So with that being said, I don't know, when shit hits...
Yeah, women, when all hell breaks loose, women panic. Most men panic too, but a man that's, you know, prepared in his mind, we know it's coming. We know all hell is Jacob's trouble is coming. Jacob's trouble is here, but it's gonna escalate. It's gonna get worse. So, you know, instead of panicking like a woman, you gotta get in, you know, that mode, survival mode. So, you know, we don't worry about that. We don't do the prepper thing. I mean, if you store extra stuff, if there's a snowstorm coming, bad snowstorm, you know, you buy water and certain things that you may need if you're stuck up in the house for, let's say, 3 days. If snowstorm is so bad, and you know that your cupboard, your refrigerator is kind of low, you know that you get stuff. So that's a form of preparation, you know, preparedness. But you got these preppers that are going to get super prepared. They got everything covered, but nothing really is really going to save you with your you know, you what do you call it, bug out people, you know, prep people, whatever the term is, preppers. Like, you got a lot of Edomites and certain Jakes that do that, and you got to have this food that lasts for 25 years and all that. That's all good, but when all hell breaks loose, all that knowledge is not going to help. As a matter of fact, it tells you in 2nd Esdras 15, around about the 55th, 56th, 57th, 58th verse, that anyway, 2nd Ezra 15 and 2nd Ezra 16 describes mainly in both chapters. Basically, that's an what does it mean by Jacob's trouble? Well, go to first place you go to. One of the first places you go to, scriptures, is the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra 15 and 2nd Ezra 16, and then you have other scriptures as well. Now, in 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse 15, around about the 55th, 56th, 57th, 58th verses around there, it tells you how you're going to have them preppers up in the mountains, and they're going to run out of supplies, and they're going to wind up committing to the act of cannibalism. That means you ate all the food up, you ate all the leaves of the trees, you ate the grass, which Israel did during 70 AD. Those Israelites that the Romans put a wall around them. That's in Luke 19 chapter. It tells you that they put a wall around Jerusalem wall so that nobody could come in and nobody can go out. And there was a lot of those during the time of the Passover week, let's say. And you had a lot of Israelites come from outside of Jerusalem into Jerusalem. So they got trapped up in there. And that was the strategy of the Romans, because they don't care. They said, oh, we don't care. We don't care that you run out of food. We don't care that your babies die, that you got to eat your babies. And they were so desperate that they ate their children. And the Messiah told them, prophesied, and said, when you see the abomination that maketh desolate, enter in the holy place and flee ye into the mountains. What was he talking about? He was talking about the Romans. Our Lord called them the abomination that maketh desolate. So you know we can call Esau? We can call him the abomination that maketh desolate. The abomination that maketh desolate, because it's not talking about some like these idiot-ass Christians. Oh, that's talking about the Antichrist. That's talking about the Romans, which today this is the new Rome. This is Rome. This is literally Rome. Hey, that was said in this movie that Nicolas Cage did. I forgot the name of the movie. Somebody help me out. And he did say in the movie, he said America is Rome. This is Rome all over again. He actually said it. So anyway, bottom line is this. We're in Jacob's trouble, but it's going to get far, far worse. Now you got the IUIC. They buy. I don't know if they purchased part of the land. They got land in Atlanta. That's why Nate is always in Atlanta. His focus is on Atlanta. Land is a little bit cheaper, and they're planning on the. First of all, we're pilgrims. You don't buy land if you're a pilgrim. I think they're going for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. No, this thing is being counted down by months. How do we know that? What's the prophetic timeline? We're in the time of the chip. The technology's already there. There I go speaking on the chip, my favorite subject. So anyway, women don't know how to prepare. They're not preppers. And like I said in previous videos, I said if you have a son, especially you women that have sons, put them in the martial arts, real martial arts, not no bullshit martial arts where they do katas all day. The boxing gym, wrestling, wrestling, as they say down south, MMA. Let them be masters and let them show your sons how to be fighters. So if they get into a street situation, they can fuck up another classmate quick. They can fuck them up quick. So all Israelite boys, they should all know about martial arts. You know, you kind of when they're 3-4 years old, you kind of show them how to do the pads with them. You show them certain things. You kind of hold them in holes. You put them in holes and see if they get out. See how they think. Like my so-called grandson. he I grabbed him in the hole, and I held his hands where he was locked up, and he immediately kicked me in the chest, and he kicked me hard. So I said he gotta fight his IQ. So you gotta know, and you're gonna know as when they 2, 3 years old, 4 years old, you already know if they got that sweetness in them, and you already know they're gonna be moles, or they got that roughness in them. You already know they got that rough thing. So you train them, you know. Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's move on.
Fan to all you strong women, be strong.
Women are not strong. Women are not strong. They can be strong competing against other women. Like who said this? I believe it was what's their name? The tennis players, the two Jakes, the sisters, Serena Williams, and what's the other one? The other one kind of went further than the first one. Serena and I forget her name, but she's the one that was always. She's a big, got the big. She big boned it, and they were saying that she's the top tennis player, ever. She's up there, and then I believe she corrected him and said, "No, I'm the top woman tennis player among men." I said, if I can get in the top 50, I'm happy. She said, that's why you got men's tennis and women's tennis. She knows that she cannot compete with the top level. She can deal with mediocre men. So even she said it. So women are really not, that's a fake masculinity. That's not real masculinity, because you're built, you're designed to be feminine. What is a woman? A woman is a walking, talking, baby-making machine, and also a sex object and a toy for grown men. And guide the house. That's your job. You should know, for every woman, like I said, all your sons, they're not so much your daughters, but your sons, you should have them go to the boxing gym, have them go to the MMA gym, have them go to learn how to wrestle. If you can legally get a gun, show them. Because Edomite kids do that. Down south, they teach their kids, they give them gifts, Christmas gifts, they get an actual long gun. But anyway, so women, mothers that have sons, supposed to teach them how to guide the house, as the scriptures say, how to cook, how to be master chefs, really how to be seamstress. When I was a kid, my mother and my grandmother, they had every house had a sewing machine, because they were all seamstress. Because that whole concept of going to a store buying clothes, they didn't even understand that. It was the Rothschilds that said, to go into the history of the Rothschilds, they had to say, look, you don't got to sew no more. We got the pants made for you. So there was one time when you go, mainly in the turn of the century, the early 20s and stuff, and I remember that, every house had a sewing machine in, a big Singer sewing machine, which never broke. You could throw that shit off a mountain and the shit wouldn't break. And I would see my mother and my grandmother, they sewing shit, and putting shit up, your pants got a hole in it, they sew it up. They use a machine. Or they'll do it by hand, right? If it's a quick thing. Give me this. We used to have them little sets where you had the needle and the thread. Where can you? It's hard. You can buy them. You can get them on Timo, but they don't sell them no more. People just throw the pants away or put a bobby pin there. Anyway, I'm sorry. So women as children supposed to learn how to cook. They're supposed to be mad. Your man's not supposed to stop off at a pizza shop or McDonald's. He's supposed to come in the house because you got a real meal set before you that's good, that's tasty. And I remember that as a kid. My mother and my grandmother, they would make breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The only time we went out to a restaurant is on an occasion, special occasions. That's why you got restaurants all over the place, because women don't cook. But then you know what? Women don't know how to sew. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to. There's a lot of things they don't know how to do, and they're bored. That's what this is done. See, America done fucked everybody up. That's a topic right there. America, Babylon just done fucked everything up. Do you see this guy, Nero 47? He's definitely the worst of the worst of the worst. And I believe he's gonna lead us and let somebody else come. I believe he's certainly gonna believe us if he stays in office. I believe sometime next year or so, end of the year maybe, beginning of 2007, excuse me, he would usher in the chip. The chip is months away. And he would also usher in the Armageddon, or the War of Armageddon. Which the War of Armageddon is going to take place in the Levant, and simultaneously missiles are going to be shot on America. So there's going to be two major war fronts. All right? But anyway, getting back to the woman, a woman that you have, a man marries a woman because what? He works 8 hours. Back then, you work 8 hours, you good. You didn't have to do overtime, double shifts and all that. You worked 8 hours, you made enough money to take care of all the bills and put money to the side and have, what do you call that? Disposable income. Meaning you got, after you saved, I'm going to save this amount of money, I'm going to pay the bills with this, and now I got this money to spend so we can go places and we can go on a trip and vacation or whatever. That's when the dollar was strong. That's when the dollar was equivalent to gold and silver. So he works 8 hours, right? Which is no big deal. He comes home. His wife is there. She's sewing clothes. She's making clothes. She's cooking food. And then when you cook food, they did everything by scratch. They did everything. When they made cakes, they didn't go to buy supermarket to buy Entenmann cakes. Women used to make cakes. They used to make pies. They used to make cakes. They used to make cookies. They made these dinners that was cooked to perfection because their mothers taught them since they were maybe 10 years old, 8 years old or whatever. Then they'll look up that. Back then they had recipe books, so they would look in recipe and learn. You know what I'm saying? So women don't want to do shit, but then they get bored, and then they sleeping around while you working hard. She's sleeping with another man, and she'll blame it on you because you working all day. So I had to get it in. Yeah, because you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing a motherfucking thing. But anyway, bottom line is this. You women, reality is going to smack you in the face. And we're going to pick and choose who we want. We ain't taking a woman in, the first woman to come to the door. We're going to assess you. And men always assess women anyway. You look at the face, like the Simeonite woman. She was making a delivery, so she asked me, "Is this the right place?" I said, "Yeah, this is the right place." And you know me, I was looking at it. First thing I looked at was her face. I said, "Oh, she's cute." And then I pointed her to go down the hall. As soon as she went down the hall, I looked at her ass. I said, "She got a fat ass too." And then I said, "Okay, you got." She said, "Oh, thank you." She said it 2 times. "Thank you, thank you." And I said, "Damn, I should have talked. I should have talked to her, you know." But hey, if I'm looking at a woman, I like her. You turn for a quick second. I'm looking at that ass. That I don't know if you brothers do that, but I do that. I look at the face. I look at the breasts. The breast is this area. You know, I look at the hips. I look at the way she's dressed. I look at a lot. But quick. And guess what? Women do the same thing. You know? Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me bring this back. Let me play this again.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the 4 winds of the earth that believe wholeheartedly in the true doctrine that is being pushed throughout the 4 winds of the earth who are in hope of mercy and salvation during the time of Jacob's trouble, as well as when Yahweh Shai returns to the planet earth. To you and to you only I say Shalom, and may Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai continue to rain down grace and mercy upon you and your household. This video shouldn't be too long. Dealing with the Israelite woman. As you can see, I have this video queued up. And she put here on her video, when shit hits the fan, I'm gonna need a man. Alright, and she's gonna explain why. And we've been telling you this.
And she better not come to my front door, because she's hard. She's a little hard, bro.
Alright?
A little hard looking.
All that independent power, woman power, all that is getting ready to go out the door. Alright? And this is a woman explaining why and it was in a setting to where you're supposed to be having fun. Alright? And I'm going to entitle this video Babylon, aka America, will be one gigantic haunted house. Alright? Babylon, aka America, will be one gigantic haunted house. Alright? And we're going to get the scriptures to prove it. But first, let's listen to this woman here explain why when shit hits the fan, she's gonna need a man.
Receive a lot of backlash for this shit, but so I may receive a lot of backlash for this shit, but being honest, it's the honest to God truth, and sad that I gotta say this shit, but ladies, when shit hits the fan, or you're gonna need a man. It is inevitable that you're gonna need one. Y'all peep this shit. So, the only reason why I say when shit hits the fan, we're gonna need a man. The reason why I say that is because I went to a lot of haunted houses.
And that's an actual topic. You know, when the shit hits the man, when shit hits the fan, we're gonna need a man. He could have put that in the topic. You know, which he put his own title, but that's a topic right there. When shit hits the fan, you're gonna need a man.
This year, and each and every time I went to a haunted house with me and my best friend Brianna, every time we went to a haunted house, we noticed that in a scary situation, men are more logical thinkers than women. And that's just me being real. Because when we first started hitting up haunted houses, we started to notice girls act on emotions. We act on being scared. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the men, they'll be like, okay, I know that this is scary, but let's logically think this shit through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because each and every haunted house I have been to, like, let's say if I was in the front, I will always have a man come in front of me. Like, perfect example, when I went to that one that had the 3 floors and shit like that, if it was not for that man being in front of me, I wouldn't have had noticed that there was a damn cliff right there. There was a cliff. There was nothing there. If I would have kept going, my drunk ass would have just kept going. I would have failed. Like, first of all, why the fuck is that even in the goddamn attraction? But anyway, but like, yeah, men are logical thinkers, so that's why I started thinking, you know, if women are not logical thinkers, just going through haunted houses, how are we going to react when shit hits the fan for real, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, now, this is just me speaking from myself and me speaking from my experience. And my best friend Brianna, we both agreed on this shit. I don't know if other women is gonna agree to it, because some of y'all are badasses and y'all like to go figure just like men. You heard me. Not my black ass. I'm gonna need a man, okay? I am not a logical man.
Hey, she might be best friend. They might be, you know, they might go both ways. So she kind of, there's a double meaning there. I'm gonna have to get with a man, because another woman ain't gonna save me, and I'm not gonna save her. A lot of these women go both ways.
Thinking when I'm scared, bitch, I'm running, and that's only because of the fact, like, if we went to one,
Right, you throw everything out the window. You know, that's a fight or flight mode. A man gets in the fight mode, that's when your adrenaline comes up. Your adrenaline that's in your body, naturally in your body, comes up when you get scared. You know, the hairs in the back of your neck, and you either do one or two things. What you need extra energy to do is to fight or to run. But you need in both cases you need energy, a boost of energy. That's what adrenaline is. Give you an example. You heard this before. It happened many times on the news and so forth. A little baby's under a car. The mother picks the car up to save the baby. Then they go back and say, "Let's see you pick up the car again." She can't move the car. That was a spiritual power. So adrenaline is part of that. The Most High put that in there in case you need that. When Samson, remember the Spirit of the Lord came upon him, he tapped into the adrenaline with extra adrenaline. Let's look up the word adrenaline. Adrenaline. I was looking up, this is one young kid. I don't know if he's high school, college. He done did a 900 meter. He did a 9.75. If you know anything about track and field. So I looked at what's the world record for the 100 meter. It was it's 9.58. So this guy might break, and it was set by Usain Bolt in 2009. He broke his own record. Anyway, I'm sorry. What is adrenaline? See, 9.58, broke his own record, 9.69. And this kid, something Jordan, he'll probably break the record. What is adrenaline? Give me a second, y'all. Nothing's happening. Adrenaline is Adrenaline is a hormone and neural, which is the nerves, transmitter, also known as epinephrine, epinephrine, produced by the adrenal glands that prepares the body for the fight or flight. In other words, if you're just running, the adrenaline's not left in you, you're gonna run so fast. But if you're running from a bear, that's when the adrenaline kicks in automatically. You don't make it. You don't touch a button, or you're gonna stand and fight. So you get super energy, supercharged from adrenaline, right? Or epinephrine response to stressful or dangerous situations. It causes physical changes such as a faster heart rate, increased blood flow to muscles, and like if you fight somebody, you mad. And in boxing, a guy, I'm gonna kick you. Said that about my mother. I'm gonna fuck you. That's that adrenaline. So he's looking at the guy with hate. So when he comes in, he knock him out in the first round. That's that adrenaline. And let me see, muscles and dilated pupils. Your eyes, you see keener like an eagle. Improves the body's ability to react. And is also used medically to treat severe allergic reactions like anaphylaxis. Gotta look that up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look it up. So it's also a healing mechanism. Anaphylaxis. So the adrenal gland secretes, when need be, a superpower. Woman, baby trapped in the car, the woman lifts up the car. She ain't getting, let me see, I hope, Lord. She just lifts the car. They go back, they try it again. She can't move the car. Definition. Come on now. Anaphylaxis is a severe life-threatening allergic reaction that can occur within minutes of exposure to an allergen, such as certain foods, medications, or insect stings. It involves a body-wide immune response that can cause symptoms like difficulty breathing, swelling of the throat and tongue, hives, and a sudden feeling of doom. Something's gonna happen. The reaction is, and this is what Esau is gonna experience when everybody sees the missiles coming in the atmosphere, everything goes black. They're gonna experience. Their bodies are gonna experience what's called anaphylaxis. Matter of fact, let me see how that shit sounds. I heard it before, but it's a tongue twister to me. Let me do sound. Anaphylaxis sound. Okay, let me see here. Oh, no, I didn't want this. I didn't want this. I did not want this. Let me bring it back. Let me do say. Anaphylaxis. I wanted you to hear it though. How to say. How to say. There we go.
Anaphylaxis.
Anaphylaxis. So that's extreme stress. Esau is going to suffer from, and Jake and everybody else in America, they're going to suffer from a thing called anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis. And what do? They give you, I think when they do it, they give you the adrenaline shot. What is the definition of adrenaline? Let me see. Anaphylaxis. Let me try something. And adrenaline. I'm sorry. Anaphylaxis and adrenaline shot. Anaphylaxis is a severe, potentially life-threatening allergic reaction that requires immediate treatment with an adrenaline, right? Epinephrine shot. So that power, you're gonna die because your throat's swelled up, you sweating, cold sweat. So to bring it down, they gotta. So the adrenaline inside of you, the hormone that secretes adrenaline, is supposed to come out and calm everything down, right? Or the doctor says, okay, give them an adrenaline shot, because there's synthetic adrenaline. They hit you with the shot and you calm right down. The human body is amazing. So anyway, that goes back to your fight or flight response. You see a big bear? No, I can't fight that bear. Let me run. Let me outrun the bear. Right? You in the martial arts, you know you can kick people's ass. Three guys came up to you, you fuck them all up. And that happened to me years ago. These two Simeonites, I was pumping gas for my best friend's father. It was about 11, 12 at night, and I fell asleep. And I'm in that cubit, whatever, the glass door. So they banging on the window, and I get up, drool coming out my mouth, and they laughing at me. So I said, "What the fuck you laughing at?" And I got out, and it was three of them. But I was so mad because they laughing at me, and I fucked all three of them up. But I didn't punch them. I just I grabbed one. One came. I grabbed one, threw him into the other one. I grabbed another one. I kept grabbing one and throwing them into each other. And they kept coming, and I kept grabbing. Then I went into the thing, and I got it was an actual hoe, a gardening tool, and I brought it out like I was going to fuck them up. Then eventually they left, But I was so fucking mad because they're laughing at me, man. And don't laugh at me, man, because I'll knock you out. I done fuck niggas up. You look at me the wrong way. Back when I was young, you look at me the wrong way, I'm fucking you up. Anyway, please forgive me. There's lessons in lessons. So we had a science lesson, right? So now let's go. So now both men and women have the same hormone. They can produce your bodies can produce involuntarily. Your body can produce adrenaline, but the adrenaline is I'm fight or flight. I got power. I think I can deal with this dude, or let me get the hell out of here. Let me get out of Dodge.
One haunted house, and it was a maze, and it was a group of girls. Had it been a man in that group, we would have made it through that maze. We would have made it through the whole 30 minutes of that bitch.
And they know it's about fun. It's not real. So they even getting scared at something that they know is not real. Men get into that mode, that protective mode, fight mode. Even though they know it's not real. So these women, oh my goodness.
But because it was a group of girls, we got scared, we acted on emotions, we ran to the...
So and y'all know this, women, especially the Jake women, they all up in your face and you being cool. You say, look, calm down, baby, calm down. And they got their finger in your nose and they touching your nose, and I said, you're pushing buttons. And then she smacks you, and you kind of smack her back. And then, why you hit me? I'm a woman. I'm going to call the cops on you. Yeah, but you were acting tough. So you had to be pulled back down to reality. So guess what? When all hell breaks loose, you niggas are going to be pulled back down to the real world. And we're going to see if you survive it. Especially you fucking black Christians talking shit, coming up on TikTok talking shit. He black Hebrew Israel. I mean, fuck you niggas, man. Fuck you bitch-made niggas. You women and your men. And you're going to suffer. Every last one of you Christians going to say, and vocab, you're going to suffer too. Genesis, Hakar, and Assad, both of y'all are going to suffer. Y'all are going to suffer, man. Why you think I put that curse on you? That's why you got mad at me. You put a curse, I don't put a curse on everybody, especially a Jake. But I put a curse on a nigga quick. I get carnal on a nigga quick. Oh, cuz.
The other side, and then we thinking that, we're is a good area. Come to find out it's the damn exit. So with that being said, I don't know. When shit hits the fan, to all you strong women, be strong. Me, I need a man.
Yeah, you heard it. Let's look at these comments a little bit. All right. Look at somebody on here. Hey, this word is out there. Somebody over here put Isaiah 4:1.
Oh, it damn sure is. Everybody know about the Israelites, including Nero 47.
Let me see what the reply is. Oh, that look like somebody that know that they're Israelite. Isaiah 4:1, man. And then you got certain women agreeing. You damn right, we need our men. They are true protectors designed to provide. Another woman, yes, I'm gonna need a few good men. No, you
No.
only get one.
No, you dumb bitch. You're not gonna get a fucking few good men. Are you kidding me?
Ain't no few.
And that's a thing called polyandry, many men. Now, I believe in Nigeria, correct me if I'm wrong, but in certain part of Africa, you got Jake women that have 2 and 3 men, and these men have no shit. That ain't no. That shit ain't happening. That shit ain't fucking happening. And you niggas that do that, agree with that, you a bitch made. You a straight up bitch made. And you deserve to get fucked up.
Energy never lies. That's how you know who is a protector or who is not. So you got women actually agreeing. All right. You're supposed to know how strong you are until you are in a situation. And that's real talk. Natural order. It's not a bad thing. Here goes.
Natural order. These women with the finger and the shaking of the head ain't gonna work. When hell breaks loose, you know, you're done. You'll be taken out the way.
The Edomite woman. Nope, we can do it.
Oh, that's a stupid Edomite woman. What the fuck she gonna do? And we're gonna have concubines. Them 7 women are gonna include concubines as well.
Dumbass bitches. There go another one. Kimmy. She was.
I don't even talk to women unless I'm talking to them because I'm interested in them sexually. You know, if I'm having a conversation, that means I'm interested in you sexually. Tell me, we don't talk about the big up and coming fight. What you think about Usyk? What do you think about Boots? What do you think about Boots? What you mean buying boots? No Boots the boxer. I don't know nothing about Boots.
Was raised with 2 brothers as a tomboy. I fix cars. I cut the grass. Boy, you westernized women don't have a clue. Okay?
You fix cars that break down quick. You put the parts in the wrong way. You ain't no fucking master mechanic.
And you got the suckers. We got you, ladies. Oh boy.
That's that, like that demon Drewski would say, we got him. Big funny looking nigga.
I mean, you see the point. You know, you got a lot more women saying that they need a man. All right. And here go another one. Another Edomite woman. You don't need a man. Just ask Jesus. Well, she's totally out of pocket and out of order.
And she's talking about the white Jesus, the other white meat. Dumb bitch. The real Jesus is black. I don't know why it's not moving. Bear with it for a minute. Right, here we go. It's going to start up. Bear with me for 1 minute. Come on now. Give me a second.
All right? Because if you believe in the Savior, which the J word ain't his name, you would have you a man. Goofy. Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a lot of women out here laid out. You know what I'm saying? Literally. Because they don't know how bad it's really gonna get. And she was speaking on a haunted house, all right, to where you go and you have fun, all right. You know, it's scary, but it's not real, all right. And women can't even get it together in those type of situations, all right. So the first scripture I want to get, which we already know, Isaiah 4:1, so I'm not gonna get that. I want to focus on the last part where she said, when shit is praying for real, how you gonna need a man, all right? This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 verse 16, all right?
Another one of my favorite prophetic chapters when it speaks about Egypt. It's talking about this place right here, Babylon the Great.
Egypt in this chapter is talking about Babylon, America. All right. So it says, in that day, which that day is approaching, shall Egypt be like unto women. All right, meaning the men of Egypt. All right, are gonna be like women. So how much more a woman when in that day? All right, and it's like I said, what the title is, Babylon, aka America, will be a gigantic haunted house. All right, it's gonna be a huge haunted house, and it's not gonna be for fun and for play. It's gonna be for real. It's gonna be real death out here, real demons, ghosts, as you people will call them. All right, apparitions, as the scriptures call them. Okay, and which we're gonna get into it. All right, so again, it says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over. All right, you people have no idea what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to do here in Babylon the Great. It's going to be something that has never been done to a nation since the Yahweh Shem Yahushua has created the nation. All right, let's get 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And I'm gonna start at 10, and I'm gonna read through to verse 12. Key point is here in the 11th verse. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, the elect. Lord ain't gonna let the elect just get messed up out here. But 2/3 of you, you're led as a flock to the slaughter. Okay? But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, right? And smite Egypt with plagues as before. All right? So the Lord smote Egypt with plagues before. All right? Every plague that he smote upon Egypt was based upon the gods that they worship. All right? The darkness, okay, because they worship the sun. The cattle, the lice, the flies, the frogs, the water and the blood. All right? All those plagues hit Egypt because of the different gods that they worship. All right? And then ultimately the Lord took out the firstborn of every creature, even Pharaoh's son. And that was the plague to end it all. All right?
Then the plague of darkness, and the judgment that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, took out on Egypt is going to be worse on the new Egypt, this Egypt, Isaiah 19 Egypt. Like I said, we're in the time of Jacob's trouble. We're just in the beginnings of the time of Jacob's trouble. This is just a beginning of sorrow, as it says in the scriptures, Matthew 24. But it's going to escalate. It's going to get worse. A lot of you women were shook up with the closing down the government, and you didn't get your food stamps. The 90% of the 98% of the people that had a problem with the food stamps were women, because they rely on food stamps. Men they're gonna eat. They're gonna eat whatever, regardless. They're gonna eat. So you got shook up, and I said that was a psyop just to see how you would react. Using food as a weapon.
So the Lord is gonna plague Egypt, okay, with plagues as before. So the same type of plagues are coming to Babylon the Great, and these plagues are going to be a lot worse. All right? And we're going to read the entire chapter of Wisdom of Solomon 17 to show you that he's going to turn Babylon, a.k.a. America, into a huge, gigantic haunted house, all right, based upon the plagues. He's going to plague this place as he did ancient Egypt, all right? Because we know modern America is Egypt as well. All right? So it says, but I will and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. All right? And
give me a second. I noticed in Ecclesiasticus, I believe it's 40-something, maybe it's 17. Let me do this. The word apparition in the Apocrypha. Okay, boom, I think I found something new. Let's see. Concordance of the Apocrypha. I thought it would just give me the precept. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. Okay, boom. Wisdom of Solomon. I knew it was either 40 or 17. I thought it was... it could have been Ecclesiasticus 40, but that was great men. I also thought Ecclesiasticus 17. It was Wisdom of Solomon 17. So this is your concordance right here. Let me do this. Bear with me for a minute, y'all. Concordance. So it says Wisdom of Solomon 17:3, for while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness. Those plagues mess with their minds by being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. So this is going to be the biggest haunted house in the history of haunted houses. There's going to be a haunted country. I've been seeing a lot of spiritual things, unexplained things, but I've seen that when I was a child. Same book, Wisdom of Solomon 17, verse 15. Were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted, their heart failing them, for a sudden fear, and not looked for, came upon them. Like they heard waterfalls behind them. Let me open this up. Let me just open this up. Let me put in the word. Okay, let me 7th verse. As for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. These Egyptians try to use the so-called magi's, the wise men, the magicians. They used their magic and it didn't work. Let me see something. Bear me for a minute. Okay, here we go. 4th verse. For neither might the corner that held them kept them from fear, but noises as of waters falling down sounded about them, around them. Because it was black. So the Most High played with their minds to make them think there's water around them and you're going to drown. You're going to drown in this blackness. And sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenances. These were spirits. No power of the fire might give them light. So if you lit a torch, you couldn't even see the torch. That was a spiritual darkness. That was deep darkness. You throw on a flashlight and you think the flashlight ain't working. It's working, but it says that they felt the darkness. Neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night. When the missiles come, which the prophets, some of the prophets say they beheld the stars falling from heaven. No, the stars didn't fall from heaven. It was the ICBMs that were falling from heaven, and they looked like stars. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful, for being much terrified. They thought the thing which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. So you can read this. So the Most High put a hell of plagues on Egypt, ancient Egypt, old Egypt, Mizraim. What the Most High is going to put on this haunted house, as the elder refers to it as, it's going to be far worse. It's going to be far worse. They're going to be terrified. It says in Jeremiah, I believe that's Jeremiah 50. As a matter of fact, I'm positive it's in Jeremiah 50 because we went through it. It said the king of Babylon's hands are going to be feeble. If that happens to be Trump, the Most High going to lay it on this dude, bro. Anyway, this is what I'm going to do. I urge you to watch the rest of this video. I'm going long. I don't want to go too long. So I put in, what's the GMS Israelites take on Isaiah 4:1? And they tell you about the group. And let me see. Okay, what we do know about GMS generally. And this is what I wanted right here. Okay, right, it says because of the commitment, these commitments, GMS tends to interpret scripture through a lens deeply shaped by identity their belief they are the true Israelites, and by racial and apocalyptic expectations. Excuse me. This is what I want, which I didn't read. Is what Isaiah 4:1 says, and how mainstream interpreters read it. It says, verse, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Let us have a man get pregnant. A reproach mean respect. Oh, you ain't got no man? God can take you. And back in the ancient world, you didn't take a woman from another man, because that man would kill you. There's many traditional interpretations see this as a prophecy of catastrophic judgment, which it is. War, famine, or other devastations where so many men die that women are left desperate for one surviving man. The 7 women to 1 man ratio is symbolic of an extreme demographic and social breakdown. And it's not just 7, it's going to be more than 7. You're going to have guys with 100 women. And they're going to be in order too. The woman's offer, we will eat our own bread, only let us be called by thy name. Now, Bishop Nate, he says, oh, that's going to happen in the kingdom. Now, Deacon Ethan said that's going to happen. Isaiah 44:1 is going to happen. It's a continuation of Isaiah 3. Isaiah 3 going into Isaiah 4. He said Isaiah 4:1 really should be technically a part of Isaiah chapter 3. He said from Isaiah chapter 2 down to the end, it's talking about all kingdom, which he was correct on. So wait a minute. They're teaching two different, they're breaking Isaiah 4:1 down different ways. Now, how do we know that this is not talking about the kingdom? Because our women are not going to work. They're gonna be royalty. They're going to be nobles. Noble people have servants. The servants is going to come through what? The other nations. It says only let us be called by thy name is often understood not as an endorsement of polygamy, many women, one man having many women, but as a grim sign of desperation. Right, they're going to be desperate. They were desperate with the food stamp thing. They kept saying, my kid, I got 7 kids. Well, where's your men at? All the women that got on YouTube or TikTok and said what they had to say, they didn't have no man. You know, like I said, men wasn't doing it. You didn't have a bunch of men doing it because men going to get this. Regardless, they're going to eat. Men are going to eat. You can take away you can cut all kind of shit. The men are going to eat. Real men. They're willing to forsake normal marriage, which is here in America. Matter of fact, they got laws called a law against polygamy. That you can get locked up for having two wives. Arrangements just to gain protection and social standing, being called by his name, meant legal and social recognition. A man shall be more precious than fine gold. Isaiah 13, verses 4 and 1 is frequently interpreted as part of a larger narrative, arc, first judgment and social collapse, then eventual restoration and hope. That's verses 2 to 6. That's going into the kingdom. Some commenters stress that 4:1, Isaiah 4:1, is descriptive, not prescriptive. It shows it shows what will happen in a time of judgment when many men die. That's in 2nd Ezra 16, right? Not what the Most High commands. Well, it's part of prophecy. Isaiah saw it happening. Why we cannot confidently say the GMS view? Isaiah 4:1. There is no credible source I found that records an official GMS commentary on Isaiah 4 verse 1, major academic religious studies or watchdog groups and analysis. GMS focus overwhelmingly on their overall belief, race, identity, apocalypse, anti-Semitism. How the hell can we be anti-Semitic when we're Semitic? We are Semitic. How can we be anti-Semitic? If I say something bad about an Arab, don't you know that's anti-Semitic? People say things bad about Arabs. It's, different Arabs and Palestinians. Why don't the news say, well, that's an anti-Semitic thing? But let's say a Palestinian criticizes a small hat, they'll say he's anti-Semitic. How the fuck can you be anti-Semitic when you're Semitic? And the word is Shemitic, not Semitic. They know that. When you look up the word, there was a play on words. They took the H out. You know how I know that? Because when you show them the name of the Most High, the Tetragrammaton or the Yahweh, what do they say? They say Hashem. I said, it doesn't say that. Well, the rabbi said to say Hashem, which means the name. And the word Shem means name or put. That was the youngest son of Noah. We came out of Shem. We're Shemites. When they say, I'm a Shemite, bro. I'm a Shemite. Not scriptural exegesis, which is to take a scripture and interpret it as opposed to eisegete. At the verse-by-verse level, the few times Isaiah 4:1 is invoked in connection with GMS, for example, in a YouTube video titled something like GMS Isaiah 4:1 prophecy, the context appears to be their broader apocalyptic teaching. Given GMS radicalized what the fuck you mean radicalized? We read the scripture as it is. You're going the scriptures has been radicalized. Given GMS radicalized theology, and do you know that the small hats have that same attitude? They're radicalized. They said some of them say that the other nations are going into captivity. It says conspiratorial worldview, IG, viewing white people as descendants of Esau, Edom. That's not radical. That's factual. That's factual, man. That's why you don't like that Esau thing. You don't like that word Edom, because the elite know who the descendants. They know everything. Thou art wiser than Daniel. There's nothing that they can hide from thee. And Daniel was a wise man. So you got all this information, but you stump when it comes to, we have no information on Esau. We don't know who they are. We're stumped. We know they were a group of Edomites back in the day, but we don't know where they went. Why don't y'all look in the mirror and you'll see Esau staring right back at your ass. It is likely that they interpret prophetic texts, including Isaiah, under a lens of radical identity. Of course, when it says Israel, that's an identity. When it says Esau, that's another identity. When it says Ishmael, that's another identity. When it says the Egyptians took over the Israelites because Egyptians are not Israelites, and Israelites are not Egyptians. Oh, let's take down the Israelites and the Canaanites and the neighbors around us. Plus, end-time judgment, but that is conjecture, meaning we put it in there. No, we did not. That's what you devils do. You are guilty of conjecture. Not documented exegesis, meaning we got a scholar. We got to get a white scholar, to say what we say, because they don't recognize us. And guess what? We don't these are scholars said that. Well, I don't recognize that scholar. I don't recognize those scholars. Just like you don't recognize us, we don't recognize you. Because of that, Any claim about how GMS interprets Isaiah 4:1 amounts to speculation. No, it's not. No, you just said it. You just said it's going to happen during the time of judgment, where there's going to be a shortage of men. But that goes back to 2nd Ezra 16. Women. Matter of fact, I should go ahead and read it. Let me go ahead and read it. Although we read it a bunch of times, let me go ahead and read it. And you Babylonian men, you're gonna be as women. The elder read that in Isaiah 19. It's also in Jeremiah 50, 51. I think it's 50. It's also in Nahum 3. Second Ezra 16. Open it up. Okay, it's there. Let me see. Let me do this. Okay. I got the verse, 18 verse, but I just checking. Okay, let's start at 17. Woe is me, for who will deliver me in those days? What days? What Ezra saw was Jacob's trouble. They were hot in the battle of Jacob's trouble. So he said, "Oh my goodness, how are we gonna get out of this?" It's at the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, time of Jacob's trouble. The beginning of famine and great death, time of Jacob's trouble. The beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The government shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay, let me see. Give me a second, y'all. You can read the whole chapter. 33rd verse, 33 and 34. Verses 33 and 34. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers, having no men. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So there's going to be a major shortage. There's going to be a major shortage of men in America and certain parts around the world. So the chosen elect of Israel, we're gonna get these women. They're gonna go to these 7 women. We're gonna go to men that have this truth. And that's all also in the midst of them getting the mark too. So you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Where's the Bible Hub at? Let me find the Bible Hub app. I'm sorry, bear with me for a minute, y'all. I'm gonna go right here. Let me go right here. Bear with me for a minute. Let me get ready to close it. I went long. I always go long. Let me see. Isaiah 4:1 commentary. There we go. Let's just see what they say. Let's just see what they say. This commentary, sometimes they go into the... Okay, let me see. A comparison, a companion scripture to Isaiah 3 and 6. 4 verse 1 should be the very last verse of Isaiah 3. The male populations are in a search of a ruler, the woman in search of a husband. Where, which is a guy, a scholar, quoted by Shiny, whatever. The verse, therefore, represents an episode in that scene of anarchy, lack of government. Anarchy literally means without government, government rulership, which has been the main burden of this prophecy. Let us be called, let thy name be named over us. The wife bore the husband's name, but only it would seem. So he was popping all these women, and then he had no problem with it, right? Because he'd kick them out in the street, go out in the street. You got to watch the movie The Road. And such designations as Sarai or Sarah, Abraham's wife. And what's it say in Genesis 16? Now Sarai, Abram's wife, bore him no children, and she had an handmaid to take away our reproach, to become pregnant, to have the disgrace of being unmarried is meant. Judges 11:37. They didn't give me nothing on the Apocrypha. Let me try this. See if they give you the Apocrypha. Nothing there. Sometimes they'll give you the Apocrypha. They'll give you scriptures from the Apocrypha. Nope, nothing. Anyway, let's come on back. I'm going to get ready to close. I don't need this. Let me close this. Please bear with me, y'all. Where is it? Okay, it's got to be here. Sorry, I got it, but let me click on it. Like I'm getting ready to end this. It'll start up in a minute. Just bear with it.
And that's what's getting ready to happen. So she said when it's when shit hits the fan for real, you gonna need them.
Oh, he went to Wisdom of Solomon 17.
House, and it prompted me to this chapter here. All right. This whole chapter is speaking about when the Most High plagued Egypt with darkness.
The Lord Yahweh Basham Shai made Egypt a haunted house. Made that whole country a haunted house. That's exactly what it is, a real haunted house.
And not only was there darkness, but there was strange and monstrous apparitions. All right, and we're gonna read it. So if
and I seen apparition, I seen spirits, I seen ghosts since I was a kid. I seen all kind of unexplained things.
If the men are gonna be as women,
so I know that them spirits are real.
The women, you can forget about it if you don't have no man. All right. A lot of you are gonna die of fright. All right. Just as these the Egyptian magi's and the ancient Egyptians, just as they died of fright. All right, and they were heavy into left hand energy.
Right, and I read it. They didn't have the magicians didn't have their power didn't work against these plagues. They couldn't stay the power. Remember, the Pharaoh said, "Ask your God to bless me too." So they knew the higher power. For these stupid Kemetic niggas, man, you know what's gonna happen to them? All of them, they're gonna all take that chip and they're all gonna die in America.
But when that right hand energy came, right? A lot of them died of fright. All right. Stuck in a prison without walls. All right. So let's read. It's gonna get real bad here in Babylon, man. All right. Super bad. It's gonna be a real haunted house. All right. You got Edomites being plagued now as we speak. Okay.
Yeah, Edomites be using all this pharmaceuticals because they're bugged out in the head. Then they get these symptoms, so they give the doctor give them other drugs to take away that symptom. So they're ready. You can look at Esau. Esau is done. He's an empty shell. He's done. This guy Nero 47, he's done. He looks like he's ready to kick the bucket any moment.
Wisdom of Solomon 17:1. It says, "For great are thy judgments, and cannot be expressed through unnurtured souls." Therefore unnurtured souls have erred.
Unnurtured souls have heard. Zabak, he's an unnurtured soul. Akar and Assad, they unnurtured souls. Nate, unnurtured soul. All of them guys is going off on the scriptures, man. I mean, they do teach the truth. We give them that, and but they're not teaching the whole 100% truth. Anyway, I urge you to watch the rest of this video. With that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next.